was sticking its bloody dick up John Stagliano's asshole 14, 15, 16 years ago. I don't know what it is. But that, my friends, looks like a chick with balls. All right? Right there. This chick's got balls! Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that's not what I wanted you all to look at. That's not what E.F. Rob Black has said. What I want you to take a look at is the top story, which is Jules Jordan pulls out all the stops for the 15th ass worship, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Now, once again, are you all going to tell me that it's a coinky-dink? Are you all going to tell me that it happens to be a coincidence that yesterday's top story on the Adult FYI website and the top story in my monologue as being Jules Jordan's company is dog shit? Jules Jordan has no directors left, and Jules Jordan is a radioactive, toxic sludge mess. Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember that? If you don't remember that, you can go to Adult FYI right now. Go ahead, I'll wait. I'll fucking wait. I'm going to wait right now while you go to adultfyi.com, okay? Go to adultfyi.com. I'll wait. And it is called Porn's Creepy Midget Troll Jules Jordan. What happened to all of your directors? Innovator dying just like everybody else. Welcome to the new age. That was posted 3/12/2014. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was posted 3/12/2014. That's when it was posted. Headline again, in case you missed it, and in case you can't read. All right, in case you are Rocky Balboa from Rocky 2, and you've already retired because Adrian doesn't want you to get fucking retarded in a second bout against Apollo Creed, and you are now doing commercials, and you're trying to do commercials, and you keep messing up the lines, and the director says, Rock, you're saying it wrong. Rock, you're doing it wrong. And you take off the phony eye and the phony nose and say, maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you're doing it wrong. And the director says, no, you know what the problem is? You can't read! That's the problem. You can't read! So, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you Rocky Balboas out there, and I know there's quite a few of you that watch my show, trust me, I know some of you inbred faggot warriors listen to my show. Let me spell it out for you, and we'll pronunciate. Like back in school, or like how your retarded children get taught when they're in the BOCES program in their public school. So, here we go. Porn's Creepy Midget Troll Jules Jordan. What happened to all of your directors? Subtitle: Innovator dying just like everybody else. Welcome to the new age. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, and it was posted on 3/12/2014. Do you know what today's date is? Let me be a Hulk Hogan. Today's date, ladies and gentlemen, is 3/13/2014. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today's date is 3/13/2014. And today is the day, if you go to avn.com, you will see a top story that says Jules Jordan pulls out all the stops for the 15th ass worship. And it shows a picture of Jules Jordan's movie, the box cover, Ass Worship 15. And then next to it is a picture of Jules Jordan, where he's trying to not look like a creepy troll. He's sitting in a chair with both of his arms predominantly exposed to show off his manly tattoos. And he's wearing a black t-shirt and a pair of baggy blue jeans, because you know he's got to be a hipster. And I'm not saying a hipster like hipster douchebag, but a hipster like a wigger. You know, of course, Jules Jordan, the porn's wigger. And of course, he's got the blonde, spiky hair that he's had for the past, 15 years. Because when you tease it up like that, it gives the illusion that you're not as bald as you are. And then, of course, some half-assed beard that's around under his chin. You know, the kind that people who can't grow beards grow. You know, that haven't gone through puberty even though they're in their fucking 40s. And he's looking at the camera, real macho. Just real like, I'm macho Jules Jordan. He's just looking at macho. Not real sure what he's macho about, considering that we did a story yesterday, and we put him on blast, and made him look like a bitch-ass punk. And what does he do today? He makes sure he gets his own story out, so he can have a rebuttal to the person that everybody says no one listens to and no one reads. Really? Really, guys? Really? Are you going to play that game again, you fucking jerk-offs? Is that what you're going to do? Is that what you're going to do, jack-offs? Huh? Is that what you're going to fucking do, you fucking jerk-off motherfuckers? I forgot, Rob Black isn't relevant. Nobody listens to Rob Black. Listen to me. Everybody in this fucking business listens to this program. Everybody in this fucking business reads the fucking blogs. Proof right there, ass fucks. You haven't heard a word from Jules Jordan until we post a story and post a picture of him looking like a little midget troll. And the next day, what do you get? A picture of him trying to look like a man, trying to look all tough, and has a big shot with his black t-shirt on and his baggy blue jeans, looking all weary as he can, with his new movie, Ass Worship 15, because he's pulling out all the stops.
It's horrible. It's just horrible. Fucking horrible. We're here, ladies and gentlemen. That was a classic bit about the one and the only Jules Jordan from about, geez, when was it? Like 3 weeks ago, maybe? I think it was about 3 weeks ago. The great Jules Jordan. And his newest release that has the drone cam. It has all sorts of high quality fucking, I don't even know. It was just something that we saw in ABN that was incredibly stupid. but by an incredibly stupid person. Fucking Jules Jordan. Anyways, it's the Rob Black program. It's April 10th, 2014. Yes, April 10th, 2014. Those of you who don't know that it's April 10th, I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. It's April 10th, 2014 at 12:06 p.m. That's the time I have, 12:06 p.m. And I am welcoming you to the program because I love you all, and I have a sense of deep rooted love that I have, and I'm glad you're with me right now. I'm glad you're listening to me, and we are going to talk about all sorts of great things today, and listen to the Katie Summers newscast, and then after we get done, I'm going to look at a new facility. Yes, a new facility that is over in the Van Nuys area. And we're hoping that we'll be right next to the great Frank Gretzky's building. When I was telling Tom Byron exactly where we had to go today, he's like, you know, that's over near Gretzky. Maybe we'll be right next to him. I said, wouldn't that be fucking hilarious if we were next to the Pure Play building over in Van Nuys? We're right next to the Pure Play building. I said that would probably be the fucking most hilarious thing we could do. That would be just throw shit at them. Just fucking throw shit at the building. Fucking throw shit. Just screaming, Frank! Just throw stuff. When he comes in town, we just fucking throw shit at him. We're like, Canyon! Just fucking throwing shit at Canyon. You big fag! We just throwing stuff at him. Oh, it'd be fucking funny. But, yeah. So, as soon as we get done today, we gotta take off and go see Victor, the building guy. That's what I was told. He's Victor, the building guy. So we're gonna go see Victor, the building guy, and take a look at this this building for the new studio. See if that works out. Anyways, God, what do you guys want to do? Well, I was looking at my notes from last night. We had a fucking big show last night, and we were dissecting a bunch of things that were going on in the business, and things that I wanted to get to that I didn't get to, and I was like, maybe I'll get to them today, but then there might be a whole bunch of other shit I want to go over. So this morning, when I was going through all my notes from last night to today, I had to move stuff around. I wanted to comment quickly on the new Brad Armstrong opus, because that's my boy Brad. All right, it's my boy Brad, and Brad knows that I'm a big fan of Brad. Okay, and yesterday it was kind of funny because it was like a Jessica Drake day. That was it. You had Jessica Drake on the Adult FYI main page about her being raped by young college kids who are illegally downloading her awesome movies, and her going on lecture tours to discuss this rape and how it should not be happening. So she was bang right on Adult FYI. So you were like, holy shit, Jessica Drake, booyah, booyah, booyah. And then at the same time, Manvian, which is the short combined word of AVN and Manwin. Because like I've told all of you for the last year now, Manwin owns AVN. And that is a fact. Just because you can't read a piece of paper that says Manwin owns AVN, AVN is owned by Manwin. And if you don't take my story of Gene Ross hanging out with Theo Thaspusi in his luxurious mansion there with Michael Fatarosi and the Brain Trust from Manwin, if that doesn't sway you, at least just look at all the things that are connected from Manwin Properties to AVN. Most recently, just take a look at who the best new starlet, best newcomer, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Mia Jokolakovich, whatever the girl that nobody ever fucking heard of, and nobody still continues to fucking hear of, and nobody still gives a shit about, was also the Twisties Twist of the Year girl. And Twisties, everybody knows, Manwin owns. So, is it a coincidence that a Manwin property that puts Mia Makalakovich as their Twisties Treat of the Year would also be AVN's best new starlet? Duh. I know, okay, that doesn't mean anything either. So just keep it rolling with all this stuff. But suffice to say, I took a look, and they had Brad and a big press release about his newest opus, what is going to be called Aftermath. And I tell you, Tom Byron hit it right on the head. He's like the king of the one-word movies. You know, Underworld, Aftermath. You know, I mean, he's big action. I'm very excited, and I want to read you guys the press release because that's what I do. I pump up, okay? I pump up my good friend Brad Armstrong, even though he has not gone to lunch with me. But I pump him up, okay? I pump him up. It says in January, Wicked Pictures and the lines it distributes received more than 20 major AVN awards, with Brad Armstrong's Underworld receiving nearly half of them, including Best Director, Best Drama, blah, 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 blah. Now the filmmaker has announced his first major project of 2014, a romance set in New York entitled Aftermath, an intimate character study with a twist starring Jessica Drake, a three-time AVN Best Actress. Underworld star and Wicked Contract Girl, Aftermath, begins shooting next week in Southern California, and then filming will conclude at the end of the month on location in Manhattan. Now, don't tell me that they're going to coincide this with going to Erotica in New Jersey. Please don't tell me that that's how they're coordinating their big production shoot of going to Erotica in New Jersey, and they just figure they'll fucking kill two birds with one stone. Someone don't tell me that. I don't know if it coincides around the same time or who's going, but just don't tell me that. Because I got a lot of questions for Brad, and if he went to lunch with me, I'd be asking him these questions. Armstrong has successfully mined the colorful genres of science fiction and fantasy, including such big productions as Fallen, 2040, all one-word names of movies, and the parody Men in Black. But he's certainly no stranger to character-driven pieces, and he's clearly enthusiastic about the possibilities inherent in his next project. And I'm very excited to shoot what may well be the best dramatic script ever. And I'm equally excited about the dramatic cast we've been lucky enough to bring together, which will feature actresses like Jessica Drake, AVN Best Actress Remy LaCroix, working alongside proven actors like Xander Bloody Dick Corvus, and Orion I'm Not Gay Driller. At the same time, Armstrong continues, I've cast some newer performers who haven't done dramatic parts, including Tyler Nixon, don't know who you are, and Brandy Love, which is a B-girl, as well as our award-winning Wicked girls, Kaylani Lee and Asya Akira. Rounding out the end of the cast to put in filler positions, Bonnie Ryan. The director's intricate screenplay focused on 18-year-old Danny Nixon, whose mother has given him keys to his late father's classic hot rod. Discovering a cache of photos and what appeared to be love letters written to his dad from a mysterious woman named Nina, which is Drake, the young man tracks her down and a torrid May-December romance develops. But their explosive passion hides a dark truth that threatens to shatter Danny's life forever. For her part, Drake looks forward to creating the character of Nina, and within the context of Armstrong's carefully penned romance, I'm really excited about Aftermath. I love movies with dramatic scripts and compelling characters, and once again, Brad Armstrong has crafted an amazing story. I can't wait to bring the character of Nina to life with the help of some of the best players in the adult industry. For more information, visit wickedpictures.com. All right, I got to tell you this. If this doesn't sound like the biggest fart in the entire fucking world, I don't know what is. So you got Axel Braun, who in theory is the other director at Wicked / Manwin. And Axel Braun is going to be releasing Snow White, where Jessica Drake portrays the evil queen. A illustrious costume, a false face, a whole thing. And then Axel, we were told, will be shooting a couple other fairy tale driven movies. Okay? We're all on the same page? I mean, wait a minute. Let's be fair to Axel Braun, okay? Because we didn't really dissect Axel's press release, but come on, guys. There's got to be something going on here that we're not being told. So, hold on. Tom Byron, because AVN sucks balls, can you please find me the Axel Braun release schedule where he talks about the movies that he's doing so I can properly do this bit, because for the life of me, I can't fucking... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I can't fucking find what I wanted to fucking do. Thank you. So anyways, guys. So you got fucking Brad Armstrong, who is the big heavy hitter over at Wicked. He's been there for years and years and years and years, making tons of fucking money, basically being the star. Being the star of the entire fucking business. I mean, seriously, being the star of the goddamn business. And he puts out movies that really are something that one can only... I got it, forget it, you fucking homo. One that could only be compared to an Axel Braun as far as putting out pretty badass movies. Now, Axel Braun has Snow White coming out. And then after Snow White, he has Sleeping Beauty coming out. Then after that, he has Riley Steele Goes to Hell. okay? And then after that, he is putting together a director's cut, which is, whatever, of his 35 millimeter opus Compulsion that was released through Elegant Angel. Now, that is going to go head to head with Brad Armstrong putting out a movie called Aftermath, which there's no karate in it, there's no explosions, there's no stunts, there's nothing more than an old fucking hot rod and Jessica Drake and Asha Akira and a bloody dick kid and Ryan drill me in the ass driller. That's the fuck. That, I mean, I'm feeling like a fan of Martin Scorsese, and Scorsese puts out fucking The Wolf of Wall Street, and now he's gonna do some fucking Rolling Stone concert film, for Christ's sakes. What the fuck is this? Seriously, think about it, man. I'm watching Underworld. Fucking you guys read the Crippled Dan review? Costumes, fucking people on like fucking stilts. I mean, we're talking about high-end production value. Like Crippled Dan said, hands down still, with all of its little flaws that he picked out, he said still, hands down, Brad Armstrong makes the best movies in the adult business. So you've got Underworld, Creatures, you've got 2040, for Christ's sakes. You've got Fallen. You've got even the parody Men in Black. Fucking karate, explosion, stunts, and the big follow-up to the opus of the Underworld is this piece of shit. I don't give a fuck how romantic it is. This is fucking shitty. This is fucking shitty. I'm very disappointed in Brad. This is definitely low budget because with no explosions, no karate, no fucking spaceships, you're talking about something that what? They're on location in New York. Big fucking deal. Is that supposed to be a big production value? Nowadays, with the equipment that, it's not like you're using fucking sound stages and stuff. You get Francois Clouseau with a fucking 5D. What the fuck? Come on now. Pack up some fucking bullshit lighting gear in a fucking bag, and you get on a fucking airplane. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. You get Jessica Drake. Big fucking deal to fly to New York City. Brad, what big fucking deal? That ain't shit. That ain't shit. That is shit. What the fuck am I looking at? I am so fucking disappointed as a wicked Brad Armstrong fan. I could barely contain my disappointment, as you all can see. Now, what I'm looking at is somebody who is getting the shit end of the fucking budgets from Manwin Wicked. That's what I'm fucking seeing. To me, that's somebody who said, yo, bro, sales are down in the toilet. You make a ton of money. Your fucking wife, who's busy jet-setting around the fucking world with Nate Glass, talking about people raping her, downloading her fucking movies, we can't give you the budgets that we gave you before. So in turn, we have to scale it back because Axel Braun over there is making fucking opuses. I mean, think about this. You got Axel Braun, a brand new director at Wicked, and his movies he's coming out with is Sleeping Beauty, and Snow White. So Axel Braun's got Snow White coming out, I think next month, and then Sleeping Beauty. And you got to figure Sleeping Beauty's going to come out around the time that Brad Armstrong's fucking opus of this snoozer. This is a fucking snoozer right here. Unless they're getting paid by some fictional cable company that I don't fucking know about, that I've never fucking heard about, this, my friends, is somebody who's putting out a fucking snoozer. Does this sound like the follow-up to fucking some movie that stars fucking creatures and aliens and fucking karate and special effects? I don't know if the movie had karate in it. I don't know if Underworld had karate in it. I just like to use the word karate, and I just like to do that. Like fucking Fat Elvis. I just like that. But anyways, how the fuck does my boy Brad, how does Brad have a follow-up to a monster release like Underworld with a movie that basically involves fucking Jessica Drake and an old hot rod and a bunch of fucking love letters? How is this? This sounds like a movie that fucking Jackie St. James would make and Eddie Powell over at New Sensations, that they do in like 2 days, all around the fucking valley, and they go, yeah, here it is. We did it for fucking $14,000. Thank you. There you go. Not that it's bad. Not saying it's bad at all, but if you're going to sit there and go, here's my opus Underworld that's got fucking double packaging and behind the scenes of creatures and all sorts of special effects, and now I'm going to give you some fucking low-end romance movie, that is a big fucking step down, okay? That is a huge step down. Literally, that is a huge step down. Like I said, it's like watching Wolf of Wall Street, and everybody goes, oh my God, Marty, what are you going to do next? And he goes, here's what I'm doing next as my follow-up. And you're like, what is it? And you go, the rock concert film of the Rolling Stones. And you're like, what? You're like, okay, that's kind of cool, but really? Or when Tarantino followed up fucking Pulp Fiction with fucking Jackie Brown, and you were like, really? You're like, so you mean you gave us this amazing original script, this amazing original movie that reformed and transformed how we watched cinema. You have these characters that were amazing. You rebirthed characters and gave John Travolta and Bruce Willis. You gave all these people like a shot in the arm and reinvented their careers. And now you're doing fucking Jackie Brown? You're doing an Elmore Leonard fucking adaptation with fucking Pam Grier? Really? This is what we've waited a bunch of years for, Quentin? Come on. I mean, that's what this is like. I feel so let down right now. I'm very let down by Brad. I'm unbelievably let down. It's like Axel Braun, fucking Sleeping Beauty, fucking Snow White, and Brad Armstrong, some fucking shitty-ass romance movie. Fucking, I mean, there's no, what's the hook? I'm trying to look for the hook. I'm trying to go, oh, wow, this is intense. What's the fucking hook? Some asshole, okay? And the guy who finds the left, Tyler Nixon, I don't even know who the fuck Tyler is. At least put fucking Xander in there. Make Xander be the lead. Jesus Christ, make fucking Bloody Penis be the fucking lead. At least we know who Xander is. At least you're like, okay, Tyler Nixon. Who the fuck is Tyler Nixon? Apparently it's somebody that Brad wants to fuck his wife. You don't want fucking Xander to fuck his wife. You don't want Ryan Driller to fuck his wife. The other one's Tyler Nixon. Well, fuck Tyler Nixon. How's that? Fuck him. I want fucking Xander Corbis, man. God damn. Give me fucking Xander. Man, this is shitty. I'm so disappointed right now. I am overwhelmed with disappointment right now. I've been fucking bragging about Brad Armstrong. We've been hyping up his last movie, fucking Underworld. And what do we get today? A big fucking jizz blob right in our fucking dinner. That's what we got. I'm sitting here eating dinner, and Brad Armstrong came up and went, "Hey, Rob, how you doing?" I just jerked off in your fucking mashed potatoes. And I went, what the fuck is this? There you go. Fuck you. And Axel Braun is in the back eating fucking lobster and filet mignon from Ruth Chris. How does this fucking work? Axel Braun has got better movies coming out, and he's got Jessica Drake in them. So fucking Axel Braun's got better movies coming out, and he's using Brad Armstrong's wife. Brad Armstrong goes, "Oh yeah? I'll see you on those movies with my movie, Aftermath." And you're like, Aftermath? What is it, like an apocalyptic feature? What is it, man? Aftermath. It's the world overcome by zombies and fucking they have to get through. No, it's not. It's about a guy who finds love letters and an old car. And he also finds an old broad in Jessica Drake and a romance. What? And it's partly shot in New York. Motherfucker, I don't care if it's shot in fucking Timbuktu. That's a shitty fucking movie. As a follow-up to an opus like Underworld. Jesus Christ, Brad, who did you fucking piss off at Wicked, man? Manlin. You are definitely pissing somebody off. Are they giving the budgets to fucking Jonathan Morgan now? Are you getting inched out and Jonathan's good? This is a movie Jonathan Morgan would make. Jonathan Morgan, as some of you don't know, has been at Wicked for like fucking 15 years. Literally, Jonathan Morgan's been there. You don't really hear much of him, but he does what is commonly referred to as couples filler. He doesn't put any of the big opuses out, although he can, and he has before, and won big awards for them. But recently, in years and years and years and years, he hasn't done anything other than movies like this. This is a Jonathan Morgan fucking movie. This is a movie that involves some fucking romance that is very safe. It's very cheap to make because, think about this. This is all about romance and love and real life people. So all the sets are nothing more than bedrooms, living rooms. That's all. This is a movie that would be very easily shot and very cheap because you're dealing with nothing. You're not building sets. You're not sitting there going, "Oh, we got to build a fucking creature with fucking tentacles. We got to do green screen. We got to fucking do laser beams. This is straight up, all right, Jessica is going to be in her house. And dude, Tyler Nixon, is going to walk over to the door, ring the doorbell. She's going to come to the door. He's going to say, "Hi, I think you know my dad." That's the fucking movie. That's what the fucking movie is. The cheapest shit in the world. Why do you think the romance genre was so big? Because A, couples like it, so you could get it into boutiques and it's non-threatening, and B, they're very cheap to make because it's real life. You could shoot anywhere. Basically, you go, "Who's got houses?" And everybody raises their hand, and you're like, "Okay, we're going to shoot a day at your house. We're going to shoot a day at your apartment. we're going to shoot a day at your house, and then we'll use a restaurant for a location. All right, there's our movie. Jesus Christ, Tom Byron was in one of the big new sensations, Jackie St. James opuses that she got a lot of critical acclaim about. It was in a fucking apartment or a house, Tom Byron. It's a fucking house. He went and did a movie in a house. Not a mansion, not a fucking $5 million mansion, a fucking house. Just a normal Los Angeles fucking house that you couldn't tell was anything more than a fucking house. That's it. That's it. I am so bitterly disappointed. I am. I want to know who I'm going to fucking tweet out today to fucking Brad. I'm very disappointed in this fucking announcement. I'm very disappointed in this announcement. Axel Braun has got Sleeping Beauty and fucking Snow White, and Brad Armstrong's got Aftermath. An old car, an old wife, and a guy that I've never fucking heard of, Tyler Nixon. Fuck Tyler Nixon. Alright? I want Xander fucking Corbis in that fucking lead role. That's what I want. That's what I want. Fucking nothing. Fucking 18-year-old Danny, whose mother is gives him the keys to his late father's classic hot rod, discovering a cache of photos and what appeared to be love letters written to his dad from a mysterious woman named Nina. The young man tracks her down, and a torrid May-December romance develops. But their explosive passion hides a dark truth that threatens to shatter Danny's life forever. What the fuck is that? Unless Danny, or unless fucking Nina turn into an 8-foot fucking alien with fucking tentacles, and the fucking, their mothership beams down the fucking earth, and they fucking start gobbling up the resources of Manhattan, this is a dog shit fucking movie, okay? Unless I see Xander Corbis doing fucking karate, okay? This is a dog shit fucking movie, and I'm fucking disappointed. Horrible. I've waited. Let's see, it's April now. Jesus Christ. Think about the money Brad Armstrong did. Think about this. Oh my God. Unless Brad Armstrong on the side, and we don't know about it, shoots gonzo scenes for Manwin property that none of us know about, and it's just, you know, gonzo, Manwin, Brazzers type stuff. And that's why the Brazzers people don't have your Leroy Myers and all these people shooting scenes, and they just get Brad Armstrong to shoot fucking scenes. Oh, I don't know. There's more to this story than we're getting here, because think about this. Underworld, a fucking opus, an opus of opuses. All right, let's face it. Opus of opuses. That comes out before January. All right? Comes out before January, which means Brad shot it. Let's say he shot it in November, and he probably shot it before then, but let's just say November. What the fuck has he been doing? November, December, January, February, March, April. 5 fucking months ago. You're going to tell me that this cocksucker for 5 months has done nothing but lay by the fucking pool and eat fucking chocolate cookies? And Jessica Drake is talking to college kids about being fucking raped by them downloading one of her fucking movies for free on a Manwin Tube site? Are you guys serious? Something's not adding up here. But the dots are not connecting in the Rob Black jury summation here. The fucking dots are not adding up. The goddamn dots are not adding up. Think about it. Brad Armstrong hasn't done a movie in 5 months? Really? That's what it says. Underworld was the last movie Brad did. Now, Jessica Drake has the audacity to go and lecture a bunch of starving kids that are in college with $1.4 trillion in debt about her not giving them consent to download her fucking porn. While Brad Armstrong, her fucking husband, is sitting by pool eating chocolate cookies, working on a fucking boring ass shitty script like this. Something's not adding up. Either Brad Armstrong is shooting gonzo scenes for Manwin Properties, and that's how he's getting paid, or he is so fucking rich and has a contract that is so staggering that Jessica Drake should be fucking violated with a fucking lacrosse stick and a hockey stick for having the audacity to fly to Chicago and tell people that they are downloading her movies and taking money from her. Because whatever money they're taking ain't hurting Brad Armstrong sitting by the pool eating fucking chocolate cookies. Okay? So, I'm fucking disappointed. I'm very upset that I've waited all this time for a follow-up to the Underworld opus, and my follow-up is a big pile of shit. Let's face it, okay? Let's face it. It's a big pile of shit. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I've waited all this time. Okay? I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. God damn it. Very disappointed. I don't know how to explain it. I'm telling you. This is a Quentin Tarantino fucking, this is a Quentin Tarantino Jackie Brown moment. That's what this is. So, I'm very disappointed. Brad Armstrong, I'm very disappointed in you right now, okay? And I'm gonna take a fucking picture of me pouting. I'm gonna take a picture of me pouting like this. And that's going to show the look on my face. And I'm going to fucking tweet that out. I'm going to Instagram and tweet that out. And that's going to be the look of disappointment as Aftermath is released or announced as your release and opus to fucking Underworld. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All I know is, you ready? And we'll end it with this. Axel Braun. Here's his fucking 3 movies. Riley Steele. Okay? The Riley Steele fucking blowbang thing she did. Whatever the fuck that's called. Alright? That was his first thing for Wicked. The second thing is Snow White. His third thing is Sleeping Beauty. And Brad Armstrong follows it up with Aftermath. Danny, whose mom gives him keys to some old classic hot rod. Motherfucker, this hot rod better be like some $5 million fucking car that is so classic that people have to buy the movie just to put their eyes on something. This car better, you know what this fucking classic hot rod better do? Halfway through the movie, it better fucking start to levitate off the ground, and it turns into a flying hot rod spaceship where fucking aliens come out of it and start doing fucking karate. Alright? That's all I fucking know. At some point, there better be some fucking aliens, there better be some fucking explosions, and there better be some fucking kung fu in this fucking movie with some nunchucks. Because if there ain't any of that, it's nothing more than some romance piece of shit that cost about 15 grand, and there's a fucking conspiracy going on at Wicked Manwin, and Brad Armstrong, you might be getting fucking booted out of there soon, my friend. Might be time to put your resume into Vivid and to tell Steven that you can fucking revitalize his production schedule. I don't fucking know. but something is fishy. Something's fishy, and it's not Asya Akira, okay? All right? Motherfuckers. I fucking know something's up with you cocksuckers. All right, it's the Rob Black Show. We're gonna take a break because something's going on. Something's going on. God damn it! I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. I don't know if we'll ever fucking know what it is right now, but something's definitely going on. Oh, man, you guys are driving me crazy. You guys are driving me crazy! Crazy! Alright, Manwin owns ABN. And we'll be back after these words.
We all back in it. I did the little intro. We're still on the journey, a highway to hell. Get it? Fucking asshole. You didn't get it. You know what? For my diehard fans, they got it. They enjoyed it. And at the end, when it says, and I said, blah, 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 we're going on our highway to hell. And then you open the book, playing, yeah, okay, great. All right. So, it's a Black Show. Hey, I liked it. Anyways, we got to get on with talking about some of the pure comedy gold. And that's really what we, got. And it's just, it's basically just comedy. And now, let's fucking, let's just talk about ABN. And first I want to talk about something that was highly entertaining. And basically, I don't know who is running ABN. And you'll never get the, you'll never get a real answer from anybody. Now, we can literally have a debate back and forth of who is the real owners of ABN. I don't know who. I suspect highly that it's Manwin. Now, I've said that time in and time out, and I get people that say I'm nuts, they tell me I'm fucking cuckoo, but I'm telling you that Manwin is owned by, or ABN is owned by Manwin. Now, I've said that from day one, and I will not steer away from that. Manwin owns ABN. Now, I told you guys a story ages ago, and of course, I was dismissed because I am, full of shit, I'm a liar, yada, 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 yada. But Gene Ross, when Gino Rossa was at Adult FYI, and Gene was still active in form before he retired to be a big autograph celebrity mogul. He had told me, and Gene, I mean, a very elaborate story for Gene Ross to make up, which is not, about him when he was friends with a guy named Federosi, Michael Federosi, who is a quasi-half-ass lawyer in the adult business, a fanboy that we call. And he's married to a Vanessa Blue, if I recall. And this Mike Federosi got into business as a fanboy and had dreams and aspirations of creating, internet networks and all of these things, which amounted to this.
It's the Rob Black Show, and we're amounting to, you know, I look at these old videos of me. Some of these videos are, you know, man, they're old. And, well, they're not that old. They're, you know, anywhere from a year ago to 6 months ago. But we were, last night, we were looking through the Roku channel because we're putting up all of the stuff on our Roku channel and doing more tests on it. I know we've been talking about it for a while now, but one of my issues was the loading. I didn't like how it was loading. I didn't like the speed of the server. So we actually switched server companies. I didn't like the way it was loading. And I told my tech guy, I said, here's the issue. If we're going to be charging people, you know, $4 a month for this service, and it fucking loads like balls, people aren't going to fucking join the goddamn Rob Black network. If they're fucking sitting there going, wow, it takes fucking 5 minutes to load a 10-minute video, they're not going to fucking join the Rob Black network. So we basically had to switch up servers. But anyways, when I look at these old clips, I'll tell you, I'm fucking, I'm small. And I think I'm getting in love with myself. Because it's like I could see myself transform from when I was 139 pounds to now being about $150. What am I now? $150. Yeah. What am I, about a buck? I think the last time I weighed, I was like $155. I think that's what I was. Yeah, I think I was like about $155. It's all fucking gassed up. I just love saying that. We're just funny. Come on, we're just having a good time here. Everything's all in fun. We're just all in fun here, everybody. Don't get all bent out of shape, you little pussies. Everything's just in fun. All right, and something else I saw on AVN that I thought was pretty funny and pretty amusing. AVN once in a while gives me good source material. It does. Then listen. For the most part, it's shit, and it's just fucking press release after press release after press release. Okay, it's just like a constant fucking boring fucking it's just shit. I mean, seriously, it's just like a fucking it's like just a constant fucking, you know, it's a fucking fucking bullshit, crappy, you know, mess of crap. But every once in a while they do provide with a form of comedy. Seriously, every so they do provide a form of comedy that is somewhat entertaining, that gives us something to talk about and to laugh. So, anyways, what I saw in the news of what I saw in the news today, which is pretty fucking funny, okay? It's really fucking, it's really funny, and here's a question I have. When I look at AVN, okay, and I see the articles that they write, they legitimately will have articles that say, this is written by Mark Kearns. And then they'll have an article that says written by Peter Warren. But then they have articles that say written by AVN staff. So my question is, who's AVN staff? Seriously, who's AVN staff? If Peter Warren does articles and he uses his name, and Mark Kearns does articles and uses his name, then what does constitute AVN staff? Who's AVN staff? What is AVN staff? Can somebody please tell me what AVN staff is? Who is AVN staff? Does anybody know who AVN staff is? Is that a code word for the Manwin people? Who is it? Can anybody help me? Or is that just one of those things that we just are never, ever going to know publicly? You have to, like, be in AVN to know the inner workings of, like, the 5 people that are there to get to the bottom of who exactly is AVN staff. Anyways, I noticed that they had an article, and I've laughed about this a ton because I've always said that when it comes to people like Taja Rain, she must be losing her mind. Must be losing her mind. And let me explain. Whenever you see articles about Belle Knox, okay, the girl from Duke, I've always said that you've got to have girls like Taja Rain who are losing their minds because they all do the quasi-college fucking thing. And they don't get any press because they go to college and they are forced into a life of pornography to pay their way through college. And I've said it time and time again that long before there was a Taja Rain and long before there was a Belle Knox, you had handfuls of porn girls that were quote-unquote going to college. Paris Gables, who went by Heather Gables, was our contract girl, one of the first true extreme performers that came up in the era that is going now. She was hatched in 06, 07 and performed, you know, for Red Light District and all those companies. And she was on Howard Stern, throwing up on Jeff the Vomit Guy. She was our contract girl. She famously went to UC Santa Barbara. Yes, the same UC Santa Barbara that does all of the porn class study bullshit. And she was going there for 3 fucking years because, of course, just going and taking 1 or 2 classes in college makes you going to college. And what she did was something before Belle Knox, before Taja Rain, before any of these girls did it. And nobody wrote articles about her being a college student. And a matter of fact, when I got busted, that school documented our case and actually showed the film Forced Entry in School, because when they did their study group and talked about our case and showed the movie, we got flooded with letters from students. And we never knew what was going on until one day I had gotten maybe like the 15th letter from college kids. And I remember saying to Kevin Kleinrock, why the fuck are all these kids talking about this movie? And we investigated, and sure as shit found out that they had a porno class, and they would talk about porn. Henceforth is what they do now. And so that is the start of the porn in college explosion that everybody thinks just started in the last year or two. No, it's just that the media has now evolved into such a way that things like that are covered more, because you have your Huffington Posts and your Gawkers and your TMZs and every other fucking info website out there. Back in 06, 05, that shit really wasn't out there. 03. So I've always said that every time I see Belle Knox, you got to have Tasha Rain just screaming, I go to UCLA! Here's the facts of the matter. Someone like Tasha Rain and somebody like Spencer Scott, okay, they are taking classes. They are not full-time students, okay? They are taking a class. They are going and enrolling in selected classes so they could seem to be smarter than what they are. If none of you don't understand that, you're all stupider than I think you are. Okay? But let me explain something to you. I had somebody named Kevin Kleinrock who graduated from UCLA, and he was a full-time student. As a full-time student, I know what it takes and how much time is involved in being a full-time student, and how many classes that you must take, and the amount of work that is entailed into being a full-time student. And trust me, there is no full-time student, okay, especially Tasha Rain, who would be able to participate in all of the pornographic activities that she does and maintain status as a full-time student with studies and the whole works. Doesn't happen, okay? As a full-time student of UCLA, you're also not flying to Dubai and having your picture taken with Bill Clinton. You're not fucking flying and doing dance gigs. You're not flying and doing autograph signings. You're not doing content trades with every girl and guy under the sun so you can release films. Doesn't happen. What you do and what you can achieve is enrolling in a class or two, and especially some fucking bullshit classes like women's studies, something that amounts to when I went to college for about 5 months and I took sports history. Yeah, they have a class called sports history. Yeah, the history of fucking sports. There you go. That's what I took. My first year or 6 months in college, which went to Monroe Community College in Rochester, New York, and I basically picked every bullshit class that I could take that would be part of my electives before I had to actually do classes that were actually real. So instead, I enrolled in the classes that I would get my credits for towards my bachelor's or my associate's degree, which all amounted to the bullshit stuff like sports, history, or women's studies, or some ignorant, stupid shit that they throw out, basket weaving. You know, it's kind of like when you're in high school and you could take fucking home ec. And you're like, you mean I get a credit to go in here and learn how to fucking sew and type and bake? Yeah, you do. Sign me up, motherfucker. Where do I sign up? It's like going in high school and you could fucking sign up to take trade school. And you're like, you mean, so my junior and senior year, I could leave class, leave school half the day if I enroll in a program to learn how to fucking do wood crafting and make fucking furniture? Yep. Okay, sign me up. You mean I could go to class and take auto mechanics? Sure. Sign me up. You mean I could go and take I took criminal justice, dummies. I literally, my junior and senior year, I signed up and I took criminal justice. So during half the day, I did your basic classes that you needed to get your diploma. And then the rest of the day, so lunch, gym, and the other bullshit classes that you got to take in high school to round your fucking brain out, I got to take at an elective school where people did woodcrafting, mechanics, and I took criminal justice. So I sat in a fucking classroom and you sat there and learned about the criminal justice system. And that's what you did. Yeah, great. That is exactly what ties your brain and fucking one of the other girls. They're really stretching this. Listen to this. The Huffington Post didn't mention Tiger Rain, who along with performer and cosmetology student Spencer Scott currently attends UCLA. Tiger Rain, who attends UCLA, no, she takes a class. Spencer Scott, a cosmetology student. Are you fucking for real? Really? So that's big education? Going to cosmetology school? That was the other thing that was in high school. You could go be a cosmetologist. Big fucking deal. Cosmetology school. Yeah, you know what? You go to cosmetology school and guess what? A definite Fortune 500 company is going to fucking hire you. You just walk in there, Spencer Scott, and go, "Hi, I'm Spencer Scott." Hi, Spencer. I'm one of the executives here at Ameritrade. How are you? Good. Sure. What are your qualifications? I went to cosmetology school. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah, Spencer Scott. Yeah, we're here at Toyota in the engineering department. You put your application in. Are you an engineer? I went to cosmetology school. Okay, Spencer. We're not looking to put makeup on the automobiles. We're actually wondering if you have a degree in aerodynamic, anything like that. Oh, you could put makeup on people that know aerodynamic. Okay, cool. I'm Spencer Scott, and I went to cosmetology school. You know what? You literally can walk down Lancashire, and there's about 17 hairdressers and barbers on here. And guess what? Every single one of those people went to cosmetology school. Matter of fact, my girl who did my hair, okay, I got a couple of them. This girl right here, Gladys, okay, Gladys Ortiz, right here. Here's her card. Guess what? She went to cosmetology school. Fuck, man, you people are just stretching. You guys are just fucking stretching. I get it. You're all upset that Belle Knox got all this publicity. But again, let's reverse it here. Belle Knox didn't get the publicity because she went, "Hi, I go to school and I do porn to pay my way." No, what happened was a giant scandal involved Belle Knox. A bunch of guys found out that she was doing fucking porn, and a bunch of people went to the headmasters at Duke and made a big stink out of it. And that big stink turned into a couple media outlets going, "Oh my gosh, this is wild shit." The issue with UCLA is nobody gives a fuck about some goofy porn girl taking a fucking woman's study class. It's UCLA, it's Los Angeles, okay? It's Los Angeles. Nobody fucking cares, okay? No, and definitely nobody cares about fucking dummy over here. What's her name? Spencer Scott taking cosmetology. What the fuck? Most of the girls that take, have you ever seen a girl that is a hairdresser or barber? Aside from the ones that are on the East Coast, that are about 60 fucking years old with big old Jewy hair and the horrible makeup, and they're like, "Oh, darling." I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the modern day hairdresser, cosmetologists that you walk into those places. They look like fucking porn chicks. Anyways, the girl who does my hair, okay? Granted, she's big, but big giant tits bobbling out. Fucking, she looks like she'd be a star of a BBW movie, just like that. So, I mean, really, I'm in cosmetology school. The name of the game in being a hairdresser and cosmetologist is to look good. Nobody wants a disgusting, ugly fuck that does your hair or does your makeup. Have you ever gone to fucking the Macy's, or where they got all the Mac girls and they're doing people's fucking makeup, and the girls look like either alt girls in our business, or they look like fucking Spencer Scott? Duh! You stupid motherfuckers! Again, somebody at AVN, one of the Manwin people, somebody is upset at Belle Knox, or somebody is hanging out with Taja Rain and Spencer Scott, or somebody. There's got to be, again, some connections here where somebody's talking to somebody at Manwin going, "Can you believe this? Oh my God, this is so fucked up." And they're like, yeah, I'll do a story about this. Yeah, do a story. Go. Fucking stupid. Because listen, this is even funnier. We would also be remiss in not mentioning one of the industry's most respected actor, director, producers, Lexington Steele, who has his Wikipedia page notes, graduated from Syracuse University College of Arts and Sciences with a double degree in History and African American Studies in 1993. So, hey, this AVN article is basing their factual knowledge off the Wikipedia pages of porn stars. Really? Really, Manvian? So Lexington Steele has got a double degree? I'd love to see proof of that. I would love to see proof that Lexington Steele has a double degree from Syracuse University. Please, I have no problem with saying I am 100% wrong and I'm 100% sorry to the great Lexington Steele, but I bet you $100 that is bullshit. You guys have Lexington Steele do a fucking picture showing his double degrees from Syracuse University. And I will fucking do I will talk about Lexington Steele being the greatest performer ever. I will get a permanent ad and put it on our websites, and I will promote the fuck out of Lexington Steele for being one of the first people to ever prove me wrong. I guarantee you that Lexington Steele does not have a double degree from Syracuse University. Guarantee you. Motherfucker, I got two cousins. One's a CPA, and the other one is a business degree person that runs the Cheeseburger franchises, okay? They went to fucking Syracuse University. They donate to Syracuse University as big shots. Remember, I'm from that Rochester, Buffalo, Syracuse area. My fucking family's got porn stores in fucking Syracuse, okay? I guarantee you, if I did some investigation, Lexington Steele does not have a double degree from Syracuse University. This just shows you AVN, or I should say Manvian, are incredibly fucking stupid and ignorant. Totally stupid and ignorant. And then it even goes, and it is even necessary to mention porn's 30 years and still fucking after all these years legend, Nina Hartley, who earned her nursing degree before many AVN readers were even born, much less old enough to know what sex was. Hell, Hartley was probably getting her degree around the same time Ariana Huffington was marrying Republican Congressman Michael Huffington, who disclosed that he was bisexual after their divorce in 1997. It's like we're gonna insult Huffington. Like why? And they use the Nina Hartley reference, and I would love to argue because we've still never seen proof that Nina Hartley was a legitimate registered nurse, not a nurse's aide, okay, not anything like that, but a legitimate nurse, which means she had to have gone to school and graduated from a college with a 4-year degree, and then she had to have gotten certified, which would have been another year, and because eventually nurses have to take the certification class that they always have to fucking keep doing so they can keep practicing in big hospitals and shit like that. I would guarantee, again, and I'll be the first person to apologize profusely, I would love to see Nina Hartley's 4-year degree from what college. Everybody talks about her being a nurse. What college did she graduate from? Where was her degree? Forget the nurse. Where was her degree from college? She had to have gotten a degree first. Where is her legitimate degree from? Does anybody know this? Does anybody know this? You guys remember the movie Rudy? Rudy. Okay, you remember. Do you guys remember? Every year he tried to get accepted to go to Notre Dame so that he could play football. But yet, he still went to Notre Dame. He just was not a full-time student. You guys remember that? You remember that? Okay. Because then that goes to the other piece, the other girl that they mentioned, which is everybody's favorite, the alt superstar, Joanna Angel. And Joanna Angel, whose personal story of founding Burning Angel in her Rutgers University dorm room about 12 years ago, which has been told many times on AVN.com, and was also the subject of BusinessInsider.com last year. Okay, once again. So did Joanna Angel get a degree from Rutgers University? So does Joanna Angel have a degree from Rutgers University? Or is Joanna Angel just another girl who took a couple classes, reads a Dostoevsky book, and then claims that she's fucking got a college education. Again, I could easily tell everybody I went to college, yeah, for 5 fucking months, and I took sports history. And I went to Monroe Community College. And I could probably have my mom dig up my Monroe Community College ID. Okay? And anybody? Bueller. I defy any of you, because that's what we do here. We actually bring up bullshit, and when I report about it, people say I lie. People say our website lies. People say we're full of shit. But I say, well, tell me how we're full of shit. If somebody says Rob Black likes to fuck chickens, I would say, well, how do you know I like to fuck chickens? Well, I have pictures. Well, could you show everybody the pictures of me fucking chickens? I don't hide from things. If somebody says I did something, I say, show the proof. If I tell you I did something, I'll show you the fucking proof. So if you say I commit heinous acts, show me the proof. If I say you're all a bunch of frauds and a bunch of phonies, I tell you and I show you proof. And I lay out the case against you all. And right here, this story says Lexington Steele has a double major from Syracuse University. That is bullshit. There is no fucking way Lexington Steele graduated from Syracuse University as a double major. Didn't happen. I don't give a fuck what his bullshit Wikipedia page said. You could change a Wikipedia page all day. You could change Wikipedia pages all day. Nina Hartley being a nurse, that has been a bullshit statement that has been going around this business for, Jesus, 20 years? Seriously, I mean, of course it's been longer, but I've heard Nina Hartley was a nurse for over 20 years. And my first question is, well, what college did she graduate from? Could somebody show me the proof of the college she graduated from? What fucking university did Nina Hartley graduate from? That's always left out of the mix. It's always left out of the mix. And where, because that would say where she got her nursing degree from. I mean, are you guys going to now count being a fucking, a bedpan fucking nurse? Seriously, are you going to, are we going to come and find out that Nina Hartley did like the 1.5-year training course from like fucking one of those schools like ITT or something like that, from the commercial where the girl's yelling at you going, you, get off your couch and do something. And it shows girls in fucking class and they all got their little nurse outfits on. And it's like, you could be a nurse's assistant. You could be a nurse practitioner. And it's like, so you could do everything except go to school for 4 fucking years and then take another year class to be a nurse that could work in a fucking trauma center at fucking University of Southern Cal or Mount Sinai, right? Okay. Again, tell me where Nina Hartley graduated from. Show me evidence. It's easy to say I graduated from such and such. Well, where? Let's see your degree, asshole. Let's see your fucking graduation pictures with your cap and gown, holding your fucking diploma with all these other people. Let's see your fucking university yearbook, assholes. Let me see your fucking yearbook. Go look. Here's what. Let Lexington Steele show everybody his fucking Syracuse University yearbooks. Let him fucking be like, look, there I am. Here's my degrees. Look, look at this, double degrees. Look, yeah, you got double dick. That's what you got. I met Lexington Steele. You know how Lexington Steele was brought into business? through Tony Eveready and Byron Long. Okay? We shot a scene in like the fucking deepest, darkest part of fucking South Central LA. Literally. Tony Eveready set up a shoot at a house. And we shot this girl, Vivica Fox, Vivica A. Fox, not the real actress, but a chick that had that name, and she was fucked by Tony Eveready and Byron Long. It was for a movie called Rob Black's Friend of the Black Man. And Tony and Byron said, yo, man, we've got a friend that is brand new that we'd like to try out and use with us. And he's got a dick as big as your arm. And I was like, what's his name? They're like, it's Lex. Lex couldn't even keep his dick hard on the fucking set. The only thing he basically did was jerked off in the girl's mouth at the end of the scene. So the guy that has a double degree from Syracuse University is hanging around with Tony Eveready and Byron Long in South fucking Central. Bullshit. 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 All right? You guys are just, this industry is just so full of bullshit. Bullshit. I call you out, and then you guys call me a liar. It's like, how am I a liar? You're a liar. I'm calling you out. I'm telling you to show us the evidence. Show us the evidence that you're this graduate. Joanna Angel. So did Joanna Angel graduate from Rutgers, or did she just take a business, a class or two like Taja Rain and Spencer Scott? Again, Belle Knox was at Duke. And I guarantee you that dummy's not even at Duke anymore. I bet you she ain't even a full-time student no more. I bet you that girl ain't even a full-time student. I see her fucking on every fucking porn site doing an appearance here. Dude, that girl ain't fucking going to fucking school no more. I guarantee you. She got outed because she went to Duke. And somebody fucking went, oh, I see you on porno. And I guarantee you it wasn't even somebody outing her. I bet you girls and people she talked to, she bragged and said, I do porn. I do porn. This is where you can check me out. This is my name. I do porn. Just like they all do. And then started to buzz around. It became a buzz. And then people went and told the university officials. And they were like, all right, we're going to fucking bust balls about this. And then the press got a hold of it. That's it. So, Taja Rain, if you want some press, go to TCU. All right? Go to Oral Roberts University. How's that, honey? Go to Oral Roberts University and enroll there and tell everybody that you go and do escorting gigs and you fucking get fucked up your asshole, and then you could get some publicity, okay? But taking a class or two in women's studies at UCLA ain't gonna get you no publicity. It's fucking University of Southern Cal. Or University of, what the fuck does University, well, I don't even know. It's not USC. What the fuck does UCLA stand for? I don't even fucking know. I'm going to have to ask Kleinrock. What the fuck does UCLA? So, you guys, please, can you get off this college bullshit? And AVN Manwin, can you guys help me out and tell me what you're all butthurt about? What you're all butthurt at Huffington Post about? Because they even end it with, not to be snarky or anything, but the point is that the mainstream media does a disservice to the history of the adult entertainment when it applies its all too common myopia. Look, I'm so ignorant, I don't even know what their big words are, to porn. And as a result, continues to perpetuate stereotypes about the industry and the people in it for their own self reasons. Huffington Post is a relative newcomer, of course, and as such, it can pretend to be unaware of some things because it wasn't around to experience them. The only problem is that assuming through ignorance that something never happened doesn't mean it did not happen. And that goes for many adult performers down through the years. Too many to mention here, who led complicated lives that often included pursuit of higher education. Isn't that right, Dr. Axel Braun? Yeah, okay. Once again, AVN Manwin staff. Your story would be a funny slap in the face if your facts here weren't completely full of shit. You're referencing Lexington Steele, not from him providing you any proof, but because of his Wikipedia page. You're referencing Joanna Angel, who said that, I mean, these are all people going by hearsay, AVN. So, yeah, Huffington Post isn't going to do a story about Lexington Steele because even they know that without proof, Lexington Steele's story is very hard to believe. But Belle Knox's story is easy to believe because it involved Duke University, and Duke University actually spoke and actually commented about the situation. Do you get it, AVN? So they are really not naive. They're just not like you promoting bullshit, because you guys are nothing more than a propaganda piece for Manwin and for whoever wants to suck your dicks to get ahead in the adult business and get publicity. So in turn, you sit here and you list a bunch of people that you have no proof ever did a fucking thing. And the only proof you have is Taja Rain and Spencer Scott. And both of them amount to dick. A cosmetology fucking person and a girl who takes a class or two in women's studies. Big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. Joanna Angel is just her saying, oh, I hatched this brain idea while I went to Rutgers University. Okay. What happened with Rutgers? Fuck porn. What happened? Did you get a degree? Oh, no, I dropped out so I could suck dick on camera. Oh! Cool. Makes a lot of sense, dummy. Okay. Hey, Lex. So what happened after you graduated from Syracuse University with a double fucking major? So did you have a lot of job opportunities? Nah, I didn't give a shit about them job opportunities. I did have a ton. Instead, I flew out to California, hung out in South Central with Tony Eveready and Byron Long with my limp dick, and fucked a girl on a pool table with my limp fucking 12-inch dick. Oh, makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Really? Nina Hartley. So basically, you're a registered nurse. You've graduated with a 4-year degree, and at the point of having a cyst in your stomach that looked like you were delivering a baby, and you had to have a fundraiser just to raise money because you and your awesome husband, Ira Green, didn't have any money to get the surgery done. You had to solicit donations from people to get a cyst removed from your stomach. But yet you have a degree from a college and you're a registered nurse. At that point in your life, don't you think maybe when you see that you could possibly die because there's no more work in the adult business for you, that maybe you should use the skills that you achieved with your education and get a job? No, of course not, because you're not a fucking nurse, because you don't have a fucking degree. That's why. So shame on you, AVN, for basically trying to put Huffington Post down as something of being a Johnny-come-lately to the party. Unfortunately, AVN Manwin, they're not a Johnny-come-lately to the party. They're actually just a Johnny, we want to check the facts right now to the party. And when they hear about all of these stories, they go, that's all bullshit, and we're not going to run pieces on bullshit. So there you go, AVN. There you go, you stupid motherfuckers. And I think staff writer means manwin workers. And that is the bottom line. It's the Rob Black Show. And we are going to take a break for a minute. Okay? Crippled Dan is throwing in in his 2 cents, but his 2 cents mean nothing. You ready? He's talking about Brad, and then I got to take my break because Crippled Dan, I know you got banned from Mike South's fucking message board, but just create a new name so you can go and post with a new IP address. Listen, your theory doesn't work. You know why? Because these movies might not have been good to you, but they were good to the general public, so your theory's shit. Crippled Dan says, if the story is good and the production costs can be minimal, look at Independence Day and or Titanic, and then look at Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver cost much less and was better than both of them. If Brad puts tons of blood in it, then it could be really good. Crippled Dan. Okay. Crippled Dan, not for nothing, but you could have used some other examples because Titanic grossed over $8 billion. It wasn't a box office flop. And before Cameron's other opus, Avatar, Titanic was the highest grossing film of all time. So guess what? Apparently, somebody liked it. You might not have liked it, but somebody liked it. Independence Day, the same thing. It grossed an ungodly amount of money. It was hugely successful, and people liked it. Taxi Driver was a Martin Scorsese movie starring Bobby De Niro. Enough said. Give me something better. And we're done with that. We were talking about the fake degrees that the porn people have. God damn it. You're sidetracking me. Go create a new IP address and post to Mike South's website, please. Thank you. All right. It's the Rob Black Show. And we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes. Listen and enjoy something. South Carolina governor gun laws. That's a good one. All right. We'll be right back. Now, let's go on to another story that really just amazed me. Seriously, it fucking amazed me. Man, it really is just amazing. And it has to do with, and again, it's, Jesus Christ. It's just weird, man. It's fucking, well, it's not weird in the sense that you're talking about a fucking state. You're talking about a state that is South Carolina. Remember, we're talking about South Carolina and the inbred, backwards, the inbred, backwards stances that South Carolina has. And there's nothing that can be said for a
goddamn country, for a goddamn state in a Jesus, in a country that tolerates jerk-offs. Seriously, jerk-offs. And when you're dealing with South Carolina, and more than that, when you're dealing with a I don't know. It's just, especially when you're dealing with a woman who is a Republican, it makes you even more confused at where this country is going when it comes to states like South Carolina. Literally. And when you have a state that has a woman that's a Republican, that's even more perplexing because that's like having a black Republican. I mean, a woman Republican is amazing, considering that women and how they've been treated by the Republican Party. And I love when I hear Republicans try to throw out, well, Bill Clinton cheated on his wife. And that's not what we're talking about, you idiot. When women suppress women's right to choose and what they can do with their own bodies, that's the type of things we're talking about.
I'm on the way through. And it's still bittersweet. I'm feeling a little journey-ish right now. I wonder who's crying now. Alright, it's 1:45. We gotta get moving because we're gonna be joined very soon by Katie Summers and the news that you can use. I was telling everybody last night I tell you, we were talking about this last night, and I don't have a lot to. I don't want to keep going over it more because, like I said, we got to get to news that we can use, and it will goose it up. But Katie Summers will be here, and I was telling everybody last night that we were incorporating some more sexy into the show. And we were starting to revamp and take us into another direction because that's what we've been doing from day one, and that's going into different directions. And we're going to be providing a Katie Summers news that you can use ass shots. So if you don't like watching me and it's not entertaining enough during the news, you'll actually be able to watch Katie Summers and her ass area, her vag area, and things like that. Yes. You never heard Howard Stern talking about Robin Quivers and being able to look at her vag. No way. So we're going to be busting that out. And like I said last night, and I did about 45 minutes on this, and I don't want to go over it again right now, but I basically explained the evolution of the show and how we got from point A to point Z, so to speak, and the fact that we've been doing this for a year, and we never intended to do exactly what we started out as. We never intended to be the show or be a voice that was going to beat the drum of all of these styled issues until we were 70 years old. And I said, if anybody thought that we would be doing the same thing that we're doing now 5 and 6 years from now, you're insane. We leave that to the other people that try to do what we do. We started from day one as building something that was an entertainment force, an entertainment group. And everything from having a relationship with the city councilman Isadora Hall's office to now has all been a part of show. It's been part of entertainment. And we could never have gotten any of the publicity that we got in the early stages of what we were doing if I was to stick my ass out the window and blow off farts, which is what we do at times now. I could never have gotten on the Young Turks program if I'm sitting here pissing in a jug and giving it on air to Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist talk show host. Wouldn't have happened. Why would the Young Turks have ever covered us unless we were the quote-unquote whistleblower of porn? How would the Daily Beast ever have covered us if we weren't the whistleblowers of porn? No. We had to be what we were. We had to create controversy. We had to create wedges. We had to do all those things because ultimately we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing here. You know, I remember when I had Katie Summers on the show at one point, and she popped her tit out, and people were like, "How can Rob be a serious activist if he has a girl on there showing her breasts?" And it was like, and we kind of blew it there for that moment. Because at that particular time, what we were going for was the Young Turks, Daily Beast, having a relationship with people at the city council during a time where there was elections going on. And we could, remember, I ran for mayor, you dummies. Remember, I ran for fucking mayor. If you go and look on the history of the mayor of Los Angeles and people that ran for it, I ran for it. Rob Black ran for mayor. I got like 900 and something votes. So I know how to play this game. I actually did debates in schools. So I knew how to play this game. But ultimately, we're all about entertainment. We were always about entertainment. But we were never going to get any mainstream press by farting in the room, by having titties bouncing around. It wasn't going to happen. We had to grab the people in. We had to create noise. Like I've said, I don't give a fuck who does what. When we talk about all these issues, from the shooting in Vegas to, listen, we just are that TV channel that goes, shh, white noise, baby. You know, because ultimately, this business is run by scavengers, scoundrels, pirates, criminals, crooks, and it will always be like that. Right down to somebody like Mike South, who will lecture everybody about doing things the right way, and then he gets outed for doing exactly the opposite of what he's preaching. And then lies about it and basically dismisses it and says that it's some wild conspiracy by Christian Man and the Free Speech Coalition. But yet, he has people from the Free Speech Coalition advertising on his site. Oh, God! Just makes no sense. This is a guy that claims that all of our stories and everything we talk about are all lies. And he actually, in a comment to somebody, said, the Mr. Marcus thing we printed is a lie. He's not working again. Vivid just threw him a bone. And he hasn't had a new test in the PASS system in about 6 months. And I was dumbfounded by his statements of two things. A, Mr. Marcus has been banned technically, and it's been about 2 years. So if it's been 6 months since his last PASS test, that means he was working 8 months ago. And two, this is the same man who professed to everybody that he's not in the PASS system, that all of his talent is not in the PASS system, and he doesn't abide by any of that. But yet, Mike South and his Bukkake boys work with LA-based talent when Derek Hay flies them out there. So when Derek Hay flies the talent out there, and they work with Mike South and his Bukkake boys, none of them are in PASS databases, and they're not part of the PASS testing system. So that's acceptable, and that shows that he still shoots, but because Marcus isn't part of the PASS system, that means Marcus doesn't shoot. Think of the logic. Think of that logic. Think of that fucking logic from this guy. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So, you know, ultimately, to be one of these idiots, one of these people that run their mouth on a message board and on a blog and preach, but yet behind closed doors they do everything that they preach against. You can't get anywhere in this business, because even the people you think are good guys are really bad guys. This industry has no good people. Everybody are just shades of gray. Because you can meet somebody that will tell you every shitty story that they've had an experience with me, and then you can meet another person who will tell you that I'm the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread. And you sit there and go, how do two people have the exact different story about one person? It's the same thing. You could go to Mike South and see that there's actually 3 or 4 people that think he is this righteous, godly figure. And then you can talk to about 300 other people that know he's a hypocrite, ignorant, lying hillbilly. And you go, well, what do those 5 people see that none of these other people see? Like, what? How is this so off? So, and we started this journey just like we talked about the Isadora Hall. We even showed you guys a couple weeks ago when they sent out their PDF paperwork about the new rules, about this new legislation. Mike South ran and put it up on his site and then said, look, I'm the only one that has it. And we actually took a picture of it, we tweeted it, and showed that Brian Duke, Isadora Hall's right-hand man, sent me the exact same paperwork that said, hi, Rob, here's a copy of the legislation. And I never even put it up. Because why? It's not part of the agenda anymore. I don't give a fuck. Who gives a shit? It's fucking lame. So, all of this is where we have now come to being a hybrid show. That's part of why we are now going to look at these different places that to move into, so that we can ultimately have the show that I've always dreamed of. A hybrid version of Howard Stern / Bill Maher. And Howard Stern when he was relevant, popular, and good. So it was Howard Stern circa, say, 10 years ago. where I can have guests, I can have musical acts, I can have comedians, I can do hijinks so we can play stupid games. I can have the weather, the naked weather girl. I can do things like I've always wanted to do, but ultimately the agenda and how we had to craft this character didn't permit us. Like I explained to everybody last night, I've been in the wrestling business for a long time, / promoting business. Some of you who don't know, I mean, part of the war I waged with AVN was all publicity. It was stunts. We used to do stunts to them, from paying them for bills in crumpled up dollar bills to sending Paul Fishbein dead fish. You know, like Paul Fishbein sleeps with the fishes. We actually did that. It was fucking hilarious. To Kid Vegas going there and throwing stink bombs off in their building to where they basically had to evacuate their building because it smelled like fucking rotten eggs for like hours. That's the shit we did. It was comedy. It was funny. They were hijinks. They were gimmicks. That was what we've been doing, and it promoted an agenda. And like I said last night, we have to keep creating this character. You know, I can't stay you know, if you guys remember, the original character was I was the president of Porn Valley. And we would play Jimmy Hoffa clips. Yeah. It's fucking work. It was all a fucking act. It was a scam. That's what we did. We rebel roused. Like I said, it got us mainstream attention. And that got us attention quicker than me farting in this room and opening that window going, oh my God, it smells like something died in me. Let me hang my ass out the window and just fart. Having a naked girl on the show ain't gonna get no publicity. So, and now we've run full course. It's been a year, and now we can actually realign, just like in wrestling. Okay, we were a good guy, now we're going to be a bad guy. We were a bad guy, now we're going to be a good guy. Now we can be a tweener. Okay, our first gimmick was us running out with a snake and a warlock hat on. Well, we'll lose the snake, but we'll keep the warlock hat. It's all part of the character. It's all part of what we do. It's all part of entertainment. That's what we do. It's entertainment. Because ultimately, all these people that say they are do-gooders and they're doing something for the business are full of shit. Okay? We proved it with Mike South, where he is this righteous guy who does all the bad things behind closed doors, then gets exposed, and then does what? Stutters and stammers. You got other people that work their ass off for years and years and years to take down some website, Porn WikiLeaks, that talks shit on everybody and prints people's real names, real addresses, parents' names, and at one time it was the fucking scourge on the business. It was the most evil thing in the business. Well, it got taken down, or didn't it? What did it do? But right now, you could go to fucking Porn WikiLeaks and everything is up on Porn WikiLeaks. Parents' names, fuck, everything. So what happened? It was just a big circle. It was basically just people having nothing to do, and it was something to do, it was something to talk about, it was something to rally people around, but ultimately it meant nothing. It was like going to fucking Afghanistan, and the Taliban fucking kicking back going, we're just gonna wait you out. You ain't gonna stay here forever, and as soon as you leave, we're gonna come back in. Iraq is the same fucking place that it was when it's worse than when Saddam Hussein at least kept everybody in line. Iraq, what is it, Fallujah? One of the provinces of Iraq has fallen back into the hands of the very people that we took it away from. Iraq's car bombings and violence is back to the peaks that were happening before we called mission accomplished. I mean, Iraq, Afghanistan are basically the exact same places that were there when we were fucking fighting. I mean, we lost 4,000 lives in Iraq ultimately for nothing. All those lives were lost, and Iraq is the exact same place it was before, except Saddam Hussein is not there. We could have done to Saddam what we did to Gaddafi. Had a drone blow his convoy up, and he falls out of the truck, and his people stick sticks up his asshole. Could have done that and saved 4,000 American lives. Instead, we sent 4,000 kids there. They got slaughtered, and Iraq is the same place that is today. So ultimately, you've got people in our business that from free speech coalitions, the same as it's always been. Diane Duke has been there for over a decade. Porn WikiLeaks is still up. Mike South is still spreading his lies. And you can have crackpots talking about it. There you go. And what? And they'll all still be doing this for another 5 years. I ain't gonna do it. And proof is in the pudding. Take a look at our show. Our show today is drastically different than it was a year ago. End of story. Facts are facts. Our show today is drastically different than it was a year ago. Listen, guys, you can call me a liar all you want, and I know most of you hate me, but you can't deny that I back up everything that I say with facts, and I connect the dots. And if at the end of those dots is not a fucking 100% fact, it's circumstantial enough that in a court of law, you would get convicted and thrown in fucking jail. That's a fucking end of story, man. So, we are evolving. And when the new studio takes hold, you will see a whole nother side to the Rob Black Show that is going to be even more entertaining than the last year. And it's going to be great, especially when you see guests on there. Trust me, well, you'll see people like Axel Braun and stuff on the show. I talk to it's like I talk to Axel. All these people that you think I have heat with or don't like me, I talk to them. Me and Brad Armstrong, when I was doing that shtick, we were sitting there emailing each other. Okay? Axel Braun, I talk to these people. Jesus Christ, this is, Jonathan Morgan, I talk to these people. Well, bullshit. A lot of these people I've known for over a decade and a half, and at the end of the day, they know some things are a nod and a wink. That's just the way it is. Fuck. Some of you people don't fucking realize that wrestling's fake. Stupid motherfuckers. Alright, it's the Rob Black Show. We're going to hit up the beautiful Katie Summers and talk about some news that we can use. Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We are going to call up the beautiful Katie Scrumptious Summers. And while we're doing that, guys, because it'll take me a minute, I want you guys to listen one more time to Nate Glass along with Jessica Drake talking to one of those poor students at the Chicago lecture. Yes, the Chicago lecture. and students were talking about piracy, downloading Jessica Drake's movies, and one of them starts talking, and Nate Glass just really goes nuts, uses some racial epithets. It's really evil, guys. So take a listen, and while we get Katie Summers on the line.
Tell me the message or something, right? Because you're doing something. Trying to breastfeed with fucking foreign bodies. Was that it?
It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it had nothing to do with what? The fact that you had foreign bodies in there?
Correct.
Correct, okay, good. So you're not lying to me about fake tits.
I've never had.
Yes, you just did. You said they weren't. You fucking lied to me. They
What?
weren't.
I didn't. I never said anything of a kind. You never asked me, I never told you. Or maybe you asked me, but I never lied about this.
I don't know why, who cares? So, they look ridiculous. Get rid of them, why don't you? Anyway, you know.
That's none of your fucking business.
It is. It looks stupid. I'm just telling you. It's just appraisal. Keep them if you want. Those stupid. They look like a fucking, you know, but they're too big and they look stupid. They look like some Vegas whore. And you go around sashaying around in your tight clothes and stuff. And
I don't walk around in tight clothes. I stay at home for most of the time.
public, and it's a fucking embarrassment to me. You look like a fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. Alright? Because you provoked it. You are provocatively dressed all the time with your fake boobs until you have to show off in tight outfits and tight pants so that you see a person from behind. And that green thing today was enough. That's provocative. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm just telling you the truth. I don't like it. I don't want that woman. I don't want you. I don't believe you anymore. I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't want you. Okay?
Okay.
Stay in the fucking house. I'm not giving it to you, but I'll let you stay there. Okay? And I will take care of my child, but I don't want you anymore.
Wow, Nate. Fuck, man. All the girl wanted was to know why you compare downloading Jessica Drake's movie off of a ManWinTube site to Jessica not giving consent as if she's being raped. And Nate, you attacked this poor girl about how she's provocatively dressed. You say you hope she gets raped by a pack of niggers. Jesus, Nate. Shame on you, Nate. Shame on you. All right, guys, let's call and talk to Katie Summers now and the news that we can use. Shame on you, Nate. Shame. I shame you. You've heard of slut shaming? I'm word shaming you, Nate. Hello, Katie Summers. This is Rob Black, and I'm calling you from the Rob Black Show. And Katie Summers, the most beautiful girl in the world. We are ready for some news that you can use live on adultfyi.com and the robblackshow.com. God damn it. So all you YouTubers, you go to those two sites if you want to see the beautiful Katie Summers. Katie Summers, take it away! No, I did not know and did not hear. Give me the news. I do not believe that, Katie Summers. That goes against what I was predicting. Wow. You know what? You want to know what this is? Okay. You know what, Katie Summers? It's so funny because you did hit it on the head. Let me explain. Let me explain to you something. And I'm not back. I'm not backpacking at all on backpacking. I'm not backpedaling because I, in a million years, didn't think Colbert would get the job. I really thought it would be Chelsea Handler. That was my prediction, so I'm wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Black was wrong. I'm admitting I was wrong, and there you go. See, I admit when I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But it's not a but of my being wrong. I'm saying now, Katie Summers, you hit the nail on the head, and let me explain to the audience, they might not know. And I'll explain to you, Katie Summers, who knows, but I'll refresh your beautiful, awesome head. There was an episode that Katie mentioned on Louis C.K., and it's very similar to what just happened. And the episode of Louis C.K., it was a two-part episode that talked about David Letterman resigning and that they needed a replacement. And they talked to Jerry Seinfeld about it, and they talked to Louis C.K. about it. And they brought in Louis C.K. and asked him if he would like to try out for the job. And late, he's not dead, one of the great television producer, comedy masterminds of the early Laverne and Shirley's and things like that, Gary Marshall played the CBS executive. And the premise was, and Katie, it's very similar to this. The premise was, Louis, we want you to try out for this gig because ultimately you're going to cost us less money than what we're going to have to pay a Jerry Seinfeld or a Chris Rock or someone like that. And if you take the job and you audition and you take the job and you fail, it does nothing to us because we took a shot on something that was unknown. It'll bury your career, but for us, we just gave someone an opportunity. But if it works, we're a genius, and you have a new career, and you could reach the stratosphere and make tons of money. And Louis C.K. sat there, and it was this stressful thing, and basically Gary Marshall was like, hey, jerk off, just take the audition and see what happens. Now, if you play in and you read Katie Summers, and I just clicked on the article, Comedy Central is part of CBS. They're all owned by Viacom. And it's almost as if a rep for comedy, hold on. Yeah, but I'm waiting till the fucking ambulance goes by. Well, it's just like you don't like to hear fucking stinky hookers outside because it breaks your flow. Hearing a fucking ambulance run down the street to go get some stinky hooker that just got stabbed at the fucking wherever the strip club I'm at. Anyways, listen. So basically, there is a fucking connection with the whole fucking Viacom, CBS, Comedy Central. You know, they're all part or were part of the same, the same family. And I guarantee you, Stephen Colbert is doing this for a whole hell of a lot less than they would have to pay somebody else. Because remember, Chelsea Handler was getting $12 million a year from E! Entertainment to do that show. And I guarantee you, Stephen Colbert is getting paid less than $12 million a year. Guarantee you. I bet you it's just like the Louis C.K. thing, where it's like, hey, Colbert, we're going to give you this shot. You're not going to get paid nearly what we would have to lay out for somebody else. But if it works for you, we'll renegotiate, and then you'll make a ton of money, and you'll be there, hopefully, as long as Letterman was there for like 30 fucking years. If it doesn't, fuck you, and you're done. And it's very eerie that it kind of, life is imitating art, because it is playing out like the Louis C.K. episode, and you are very correct in pinpointing it, because I guarantee you they are not giving Stephen Colbert anywhere near what they would have to have paid a Chelsea Handler or anybody else to come into that time slot and start that show. Guarantee you. I guarantee you he's not making. He signed a 5-year deal. I guarantee you the deal's not for $50 million. Guarantee you it's not a $50 million deal. No fucking way. And that would be $10 million a year. Guarantee you it's not a $50 million deal. So trust me, this is a lot less than what they could have gotten away with paying someone else. So it's pretty funny. I am wrong about the Chelsea Handler, and let's see if I'll be at least right about the pay, because that will come out in the next couple of days, how much they're paying Colbert. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's fucking see. But that's good. That was a good story. That was good. You did good on that one. Well, I know exactly. I know exactly uh, what you were saying, and you actually filled me in more this morning when I was going through all the news, like you said. The initial story just said developing Caberjack involved in suspicious activity in Florida or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. And now you just basically said it. So basically, they were partying with a girl, and the girl passed out and wound up in the hospital with a bloody asshole. And all she knows is the last people that she saw before she passed out was Caberjack and these two other players. So ultimately, how did she get a bloody asshole? Right? Basically, that's the gist of the story. Oh, oh my God, you are classic. So basically, your concept is not even speaking out or speaking for the girl. Your concept is, hey man, okay, they just didn't want. They probably thought she was dead, so they're like, oh shit, let's just drop her off at the hospital like some type of teen movie where they just fucking take the OD motherfucker, drop him off in front of the hospital, get in the car, and take off. These are $1 million football players with $100 million football players. And you're like, hey, Rob, they probably thought she was dead. They probably, oh my God. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. All right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I don't know if she had a bloody asshole. I was just throwing that into the mix of, of she woke up with a bloody asshole. It's kind of like the time I went to the dentist and I got teeth worked on and I woke up and my pants were undone. I was bleeding from my asshole and I had dried cum on my shirt. I just assumed I was raped, but I was told I came in like that. So that's all. That's all. Ah! So yeah, that's I was just exaggerating that she woke up in the hospital with a bloody asshole. So I got to imagine, chances are, like you said, that she was probably partying with them and she fucking passed out. And somebody was like, yo, you better call a fucking ambulance because we don't want this bitch to fucking die because then we'll really get in trouble. So get an ambulance here, take her to the hospital, and then we'll just fucking dart out the back door. Why don't you think it would have happened in San Francisco? You're racist. Well, you got to imagine that. Well, what if you said I would say if it was in Harlem, it would be a black dude, then that would be racist. You got to say that if you're making a stereotype of it being in San Francisco or something like that, and then saying it'd be a gay dude, then that has got to okay. Stereotype. That's a stereotype. You made a stereotype pop food. Yeah, Florida's nuts. Well, I'll tell you this: the 9-year-old boy's lucky that the cops didn't fucking shoot him. If it's in California, if it's in Florida, they would have shot him. He's lucky he didn't get fucking shot. I know. I'm surprised they didn't shoot a 9-year-old boy that was taking a joyride in his parents' car. I could just see that. I could just see a bunch of cops shooting a kid, and then they're like, "Hey, we thought he had a gun." Like, really? They said it was a 9-year-old boy with a fucking stolen car. A 9-year-old boy is not going to be rolling around with a fucking, with a sawed-off shotgun cop. Come on now. You're being excessive. So at least they didn't shoot the fucking kid. True. Exactly. I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. All right, so basically they got some fucking new AIDS drugs that will help people that has multiple sclerosis and AIDS. So if you happen to know anybody that has a double dose of being fucked up, they can be helped now. So if you find some motherfucker that's got AIDS and he's got fucking MS, now that motherfucker hopefully will be able to have his MS fixed along with his AIDS. That's the bottom line! Right? Alright. Yeah, nominal fees. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty funny. I get it, and I completely understand. I understand what all the hubbub is because Joe Scarborough uh, does that a lot. He talks to a lot of he talks a lot at Republican fundraisers and stuff. He's definitely a big supporter of Republican causes. So fuck yeah. And the guy they're talking about, Ed Schultz, I showed you him once before because we don't have MSNBC, but he was on something, and I go, honey, that's Ed Schultz. He's a big Democratic speaker. He's like, rah! He goes nuts. He was the Democrats' answer to Rush Limbaugh. He's a big husky guy like Rush Limbaugh, and he would yell and scream. But believe it or not, I like him, but he isn't that good. The thing about Democrats, here's my thing about Democrats. The only Democrats that are really, see, it's a weird thing for Democrats, and that's why I've always said I'm a good Democrat speaker, and same thing with Bill Maher. See, Democrats have this weird tightrope they walk, which is they can't come off too mean because Democrats are always betrayed, and their party has always been portrayed as being very highbrow. They're very educated. They're very smart. They don't stoop to the level of those inbred hick Republicans from those red states where they, where they fuck animals and they fuck their fucking brothers and sisters. So the people that speak as political pundits, like Rachel Maddow, Rachel Maddow's great, but if you hear how she speaks and how she acts, she's a liberal lesbian, who's very, she doesn't sling mud per se. But if you look at a Rush Limbaugh or a Glenn Beck or a Sean Hannity, they will straight up say, Democrats are scumbag assholes. Democrats don't do that because they have to have this appearance of being above the fray. So Ed Schultz will try to be venomous, but he won't cross that line. Bill Maher crosses that line. Bill Maher does exactly what more Democrat pundits should be. Bill Maher will look at the camera and say, Sarah Palin is a cunt. Other Democrats won't do that because to say the word cunt is something that, that defies their education. Here's an example. Most of the MSNBC political talkers graduated from college somehow, meaning I think Rachel Maddow went to a really prestigious college. Chris Matthews worked for Jimmy Carter. Rush Limbaugh was a failed sportscaster. You know, Rush Limbaugh went to like a community college and was a failed sportscaster. So that's, you know, that's how you look at Republican pundits. Now, Bill Maher is a totally different animal. Bill Maher is very gruff and he's very biting, but yet he's intelligent. And he doesn't placate and go, well, I can't say the word cunt, or I can't make jokes about Obama smoking Newport cigarettes because that is, you know, beneath a liberal like Bill Maher's like, fuck that. You know, if you're going to combat Republicans who spew lies and hatred, you got to be able to fight fire with fire. So Ed Schultz is good, but he's not biting enough. He tries to be too sophisticated, which is stupid because people that listen to talk shows and political talk are not as highbrow and high educated as everybody thinks. They like getting into the mud, and they like their person to say Republicans are inbred cocksuckers. They like that because Republicans say that about Democrats. So there's my take on Democratic pundits and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, ultimately, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're fucking Germans. They eat shit. What do you expect? Well, I don't know, but they eat their own shit. So I can't respect anybody that eats shit. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Well, That's kind of stupid. Why have a girl? Listen, if you're going to have a girl front Nirvana, why wouldn't you have Courtney Love front Nirvana, considering her husband is the fucking Kurt Cobain? If you're going to go with any girl, why would you not have Courtney Love? That's number one. And number two, why would you have a girl? Why would you not just have a guy? And why would you not get a guy that is old from that era? You know, why wouldn't you just get somebody that is from that era of grunge to fucking do it with Nirvana? That's fucking stupid. I guess what? I'll give you that. Like, what you said is probably right. So I'm serious. Because right now, if you're talking about Nirvana for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and doing that whole thing, basically what you have is really Dave Grohl ultimately calling the shots. Because the bass player, Chris Novelli, whatever his name is, he does nothing. He's got nothing going on. He just lives off the royalties and makes tons of money from that. And he actually played bass with Dave Grohl in that Paul McCartney project. So his loyalty is with Dave Grohl, and that just leaves Courtney Love as part of the Kurt Cobain estate. And if you have to do the votes, Dave Grohl and the Novelli guy outvote Courtney Love. So ultimately, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it really is listening to Dave Grohl go, listen, if you want Nirvana there, I'm the one that's going to make it happen, because without me and without fucking Novelli, all you got is fucking a dead Kurt Cobain. And it's debatable if Courtney Love could speak on behalf. So your show would be Courtney Love mumbling some incoherent speech. You wouldn't be able to have any musicians play. So yeah, you're right. Dave Grohl's calling the shot. So if Dave Grohl says, I want Joan Jett to fucking sing the songs with us, then that's what he's going to get, because they need Dave Grohl. Plus, Dave Grohl is a big star in the rock world right now, and he's been a star. Courtney Love's not. Courtney Love goes and plays at the Viper Room, and Dave Grohl goes and does sellout shows at Staples Center. So when you're right, Katie Summers, and you are fucking right. Yeah, no. Yeah, something like that. Novelli, something. But yeah, that's the bass player, the goofy bass player. I was just going to say, I was going to be, yes, they issued the reports about our torture programs and the fact that we really tortured people. Al Jazeera. I wonder. I wonder what's. I wonder what. I wonder what. I wonder what song it was. I wonder if it was like. You got to think of what's like the worst Chili song, or was it just like "Suck My Kiss," or was it like "Under the Bridge," or like, or was it "Give It Away"? Just give it away, get away, get away, get away now, give it away, get away, and they just kept that going because that might make me fucking go nuts for 24 hours. They just listen to him go. Give it away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. That might drive me fucking nuts. Wouldn't that be funny if they're torturing one of the dudes and they got the Chili Peppers playing and they got the guy's head in the water and they're dunking him in the ice water and all of a sudden you see his like fucking hand like going with the rhythm on the fucking on the tub of ice water. He's like, dude, he's like playing the drums. All of a sudden the interrogator pulls him up and the guy and the fucking Abu Dhabi guy is like, give it away, I love this song, I love the Chili Pepper, and his head goes down in the fucking water again. The fucking CIA guy goes, great. The one fucking, the one towel head terrorist we got is a fucking Anthony Kiedis fan. Awesome. They get the guy up to interrogate him. He pulls his pants down. He puts the sock on his dick, and he's dancing and shit. Yeah, I could just see it. The fucking Abu Dhabi guy dancing to the Chili Peppers. Yeah, I think so. And he's running around with the stick with the little wispy on it, swinging it, and he's all painted silver, and he's fucking doing these big steps, you know, and a little bit of biscuit, and he's all fucking doing this thing. Oh man, yeah. Give it away. Oh, that's classic. Classic. All right. You got one more story. It's 3:01, so we could because I'm gonna go look at that property today. Oh, yes, it was. Wow. That's fucking bizarre. It is very, it's beyond weird. I, I wonder if she had big boobs. Yeah. Well, if I was just curious because I like big boobs. Yeah. All right. All right, Katie Summers, that's it. It's 3:06 p.m. That was the news we could use. Give us a big motherfucking sign off. Au revoir, bisou bisou. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Katie Summers, the raving, crazy lunatic. That was a decent newscast. Wasn't bad. I would say it's one of the better ones. I think Katie Summers is getting pretty fucking good. She's learning exactly how to put together news stories. I've been talking with her. I'm like, look for stories that are a mix of this. So I think today was a pretty good newscast. I got to give her props. Today was a really good newscast. I'm very, very, very pleased with her newscasting abilities. And she's only going to get better. I mean, let's face it. She's only been doing this for a couple weeks. I've been doing this for a year now. Wait until she really gets gelling and develops her chops even more. Before you know it, you're going to be seeing a 2-hour broadcast And she's got a lot of ideas for the new studio where she's going to be having girls that she'll be interviewing, and it won't be stuff about their newest upcoming movie. It's actually going to be real good. It's going to be entertaining stuff, not this crap that you hear all these other fucking morons do where you go, wow, that was boring. Anyways, it's the Rob Black Show. We're out of here, guys. We're going to go look at a piece of property right now and see if we're going to be moving this motherfucker. It's the Rob Black Show. We'll see you guys tonight at what time? 8 p.m. You know the time. That's when we do this shit again. It's a never-ending quest, okay? That's all we do. We do this fucking show, and then we fucking do office work. We go home. We fucking pump up. We get gassed up, and then we go to bed. And then we do the same thing over. It's the same thing over and over. Every day is exactly the same fucking day. Woo! We'll see you guys tonight. And as always, let's have Slayer take us out with a little Angel of Death. Little guns. Little fucking pythons. Fucking pythons!